Alright, good morning. We got up here last night to Potsdam and actually had to wait quite a while to get loaded this morning. But there's our load. Got bags today. Not my favorite. But I do have a little bit of a surprise today because I finally got the thing I've been waiting for to come in. A little smaller than I planned on, but it's a better shot. But we'll get to that once I get the tarps out. So I'm going to tighten these straps up real quick and we'll get that done. Alright, so here's the big thing I've been waiting for. It's the shock cord instead of the bungees. I already did 3 sides. We'll go over that in a few minutes. And then I'm just going to show you guys how I'm doing this side. I should say this quarter of the tarping. I already did 3 out of the 4 sections. And right now it's going slower than it would have done with the bungees. I would have been done with the bungees already. But a lot of it's just learning on which way I need to go with it. So right now I'm using this hook here. I don't know how well that is seen. That'll work. Using that hook there. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'll take a quick walk around. Collapse my little tripod here real quick. There we go. Alright, so I'm still using bungees. The first 2 here, which is identical on the other side, are off the tarp. And then I grabbed 2 bungees, one here, which comes down to here. And then there's another one that grabs the corner right there and tucks that in. The rest of it is all the shock cord. And then I got 2 bungees here. And it's identical front and back. So all together I have 10 bungees. See, 2, 4, 5, 10. So 10 bungees on each one. And then we're using, right here on the rub rail, we're using these hooks. I mean, I could technically go through the rub rail down and underneath, but so I don't think it's going to be much faster for the tarping portion. The tarping portion, I think, is just going to be right about the same amount of time, maybe even an extra minute or 2. My biggest thing I would say is there's no hook rubbing here on the tarp. I don't have to worry about any more tarp damage, as in this part right here. And but the biggest thing I think is where I think the change is gonna be is when I get to the delivery. Essentially, right off the bat, I could either go right through and pick up the hooks. I could go right through, disconnect, and take the hook and throw it in my pocket, which I think is going to be the best way to go. Or I can simply unhook the ends and just rip it all the way through and pull the hooks off the ground. And now that I say that, I think I'll take the hooks off, and then I can pull it right through, roll it up. It'd take me a whole lot less time putting everything away and getting moved on to the next load. So that's all I got for now. All right, good morning. We stayed here last night in Perrysburg at the Flying J. Just went through and tightened up the straps, and bungee is giving me no issues whatsoever. Absolutely love it. The tarp even, I mean, it just sets down nicely. Nothing was blowing. The only problem I had was a little flap of the tarp in the front, and that was just the way that I pulled it in place. Got a little bulge here. Not even a bulge, it's more of an indent. Yeah, stuff like this, the tarp's sticking out a little bit. But it's nothing I can do about it. Unless I get it jerked over to the other side a little bit. I haven't had to mess with that cord at all. It's stayed put. It's not like any air's getting underneath it and pulling up or anything, so I don't think we have much further to go. I can't see it. We got 110 miles left to go, and I can't leave for another half an hour with my pre-trip time. I got here at 11 o'clock last night, so it's 8:38 right now. So yeah, that's it. Get up there and get unloaded, and see how easy it is to take that bungee cord off, or what else they call shock cord. We'll see you at the delivery. All right, so we're at the delivery now. I'm just gonna undo this one cord and then put the camera up.
and that's it.
Well, I knew I forgot to do something. We're all finished with that load. It went pretty good. It definitely didn't cut any time, just because of the simple fact that I don't have a routine for it. I have a routine for the bungees and stuff like that, so I just got to build a routine that'll get it done quicker. As far as not having to pull all them bungees off and just being able to pull that straight through, so much better. Even if it didn't shave time off, it was less stressful than having the bungees either getting stuck on the tarp or getting stuck between the tarp and the rub rail trying to pull it out. Having the bungee too tight on one side or the other and not being able to, or struggling to loosen it up. And the other thing that I didn't, it never really clicked in, but I knew it, was the bungees tend to stretch out, especially in the cold. They'll hold that stretch. I don't know how that's going to work until this winter, but they also do stretch out during the summertime when it's hot. The only thing that's nice about the summertime is they kind of work themselves back pretty quick as soon as you undo them. I am going to put a link. I have linked to the video before when I've talked about it. The one video that I found, I have searched all over YouTube for people using these, and there's, like, you could see a few people using them. But nobody really goes into detail on what they're doing. And I noticed the one thing that I needed to pay more attention to, I think I might have mentioned this earlier, was I was pulling down with my left hand and then trying to hook that area with my right hand, and I realized the hook needs to be in the opposite hand. So if I'm working my way from the front to the back and I need to pull down with my right hand, set the hook, and then be able to move on to the next one. Pull up the slack, and then at that point I can reposition my left hand to get it secured, and then pull down again, another hook. Once I realized that, and I realized it pretty quick, that made things a lot simpler. I got to work on the knots on the long silver S hooks, or whatever the heck you want to call them ones. I kept making a knot on it, and it would slip right through. So I must have been doing something wrong there. Well, I think in the long run, it's going to save my tarps more. It's going to be less hassle to just working with the rope. And I think, again, once I get a routine down, I think it'll be a lot faster too, especially undoing. I gotta buy one more thing off of Amazon. I'm looking for maybe like a 3-pocket tool belt, if you will, where I can put the 3 different hooks in, and then I can just throw that on every time that I'm tarping and be able to just reach in, grab a hook, whichever type of hook I want to use. Also, I think the plastic hooks might end up being better than them S hooks. You're not putting an extreme amount of force on them, so I don't think it's going to be much of an issue to use them for the front and the back. But the video that I linked down below, that guy was saying to use the metal one in the front and the plastic one in the back. Maybe that's because of the way he did it. He had all of it on one reel, where I have it cut down to sections. I don't. If you're putting it in the middle of it, I mean, I could use those plastic ones right in the middle of the line. I don't have to use the S hooks. And it's just the way that it goes. You put it up through the hole over the hook, and then it pulls down tight, and you could put that pretty much anywhere. So that's all I got. I'm gonna order some more stuff, and we'll see how the things go. Right now we're on our way to Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia, wow. They just rolled off the tongue, Columbia, South Carolina. We're on our way down to Columbia City, Indiana, picking up a no-tarp steel load, and that's going over to Bridgeport, Connecticut. I'm going to send my agent up in Messina a message and see if we can grab a load from her on Friday. And we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. And I'm going to link all that stuff in the bottom. So I'll link the shock cord, the hooks, the tool belt when I find it. I think that's it. But I'll link all that stuff, direct connect to Amazon, so that if you guys are interested in purchasing some. I did go with the 1/4 inch. You can go with the 3/8. There's like a 100-pound securement difference. The 1/4 inch, from what I researched, is good for 300 pounds. Its braking strength is 300 pounds, and then the 3/8 is like 400 pounds. I figured the lighter material one would be easy. I wasn't going to be putting 300 pounds of force on it, and two, the 3/8 wasn't ready to be shipped yet. So I was ordering it on Saturday. The 1/4 inch was going to be there on Sunday. The 3/8 wasn't going to be there until like Tuesday. So I said we'll try out the 1/4 inch and see how it works. But anyway, I'll link both of them down there, and all the other accessories there. And I cut mine four sections of 25 foot. 30 foot wouldn't be so bad to have that little extra if you're doing like 8-foot tarps. I'm gonna buy another reel and have a section of 30 footers, and then I might end up doing two 50-foot, just in case, which is what I have left on that roll right now. So again, thanks for watching. Stay safe, guys.